Film starts with a boy named Li who is 6 years old. Li is currently studying at Shaolin Monastery. There he takes training in different types of martial arts. After this, Li enters a monastery. Then he had to show victory while fighting his seniors. He talks to them when a monk Lipper attacks him. Li immediately hits back at monk. Now monk kicks him but he backs off instead of falling down. And he bounces back from the pole. Now he is going to fight with monk the way monk did. He gives too many kicks to monk, due to which monk starts feeling weak. Now Li had succeeded here because defeating monk is no easy. Then he encounters a monk who was too much strong, and he was carrying swords. Because Li had only one stick, he fights the monk with it. But he also defeats that monk. Now it is the turn of the third monk, but the third did not want Li to attack him as soon as he came. So he dazzles Li's eyes with the help of the mirror trick. Li slips there and attacks him. Now Li succeeds here, and proves that he can beat whomever he wants. All three faces have started respecting him. A chief monk meets him, and reveals his score, and this score is 89 out of 100. Also, it is unbelievable for peers of his age to achieve such a score. After securing so many marks, he has proved that he can go to another school for further studies. Li gets very excited and he immediately gets on the bus. Now the family he had to live with is a scientist. That girl's name is Lan. Lan is so talented because she is the captain of her school's martial arts club. Her brother used to eat food all the time. Then Lan gets a call from his father while being angry on him, because he had not come to their house for a long time. Lan's father promises her that I will be home soon. I am working on a project, which is about a device that had many advantages. And there were some criminals behind it too. Scientist says to his daughter, I have sent you a gift. It turns out that there is a device in this parcel. Then the doorbell rings and she proceeds to investigate and see that there is no one other than Li. They forget that they are talking to their father over a video call. Then some criminals had reached the scientist on the other side. As soon as he asked the scientist about that device, he says, I don't know anything about this. I'm working just so my kids can talk to their late grandmother. The criminals do not believe his story and go through the footage of the CCTV cameras. They learn that the device has been sent home by scientist. Then they kidnap the scientist. Now Lan opens the present in which she sees a panda. That panda asks for new password. So she says, what password? She could not understand anything so she falls asleep. The next morning, Lan and Li are going to school together. Lan affixed the panda to his bag. Now gangsters were keeping an eye on this panda for a long time. Then they learn that this is the same device the scientist was working on. The crooks start running after snatching the panda from Lan's bag, but Li reaches him using martial art. Lin is very fat seeing her. Now Li and Lin teach them a lesson together and get the panda back. But the man then runs away after snatching the panda's key, only then all the children bring a dustbin there. The criminal jumps into it as there is no other way. All the children are surprised to see how strong Li is despite being small. Then the teacher tells them that they will be sent directly to the next class if they prove their fitness. All the children were feeling fit. But Lan's brother was very worried. Because he was a fat child and he had gained weight. The master first asks them to run 100 meters in the given time. Now all the kids started, but Li covers a distance of 200 meters at the same time. Rests of the kids were not able to complete a single round. On next round, all the kids have to do 5 push-ups in the given time, but Li does 100 push-ups with one hand. After this he asks them to jump. Li was feeling comfortable here because he has no problem with this phase. Because jumping was as easy as eating chocolate. There the scientist is also shown where the gangsters were torturing him. Now scene heads towards the school where it is seen that Lin's match is taking place. Li thinks, let's face each other in the match. He says the same thing to Lin. Now a match has been organized between them. All the kids are excited as both the best players were competing against each other. So everyone was very curious to know who wins the game. Everyone stood from their seats and came forward. It was a good opportunity for the criminals. They come down and take out the panda, but he was trapped. On the other hand, Li and Lin were having a match. At first, they defend each other, but when it comes to attacking, they both refuse. So the match is drawn. Then everyone's attention turns on those thieves. Li and Lin attack them, but those gangsters take a girl captive and take panda with them. After this, Lan goes to the principal's office and informs the police that her device has been stolen. The police reassure her by saying, don't worry. We will return your device to you. On the other hand, Li is seen in a sad mood, who is thinking that he is responsible for everything. Then everyone comes together to Li and says, why are you putting all the blame on yourself? It's not your fault. The next scene is shown where the scientist is being held captive. They have this device too. Now they activate their system by operating the device. That system is asking for the password from them. And that scientist refuses to give the password here. All criminals try their best to hack password. Then a message comes in the scientist's mobile, and this is by his daughter Lan. She writes, Papa, tomorrow is my birthday, I will wait for you. The criminal sees a chance here and he takes advantage of it to blackmail the scientist. He says tomorrow is your daughter's birthday. And instead of you I will go there. The next day on Lan's birthday, she is preparing party at home. While the rest of the children went to get gifts for her, Lan finds a message in her cell phone which is from his father. He is messaging his daughter, "My daughter. Come out, I'm waiting for you." When Lan comes out of her house excitedly, instead of her father, she sees a gangster. They take her with them. But all the children luckily reach the spot. All the children follow them on bicycles and chase them to the scientist's laboratory. A man held a knife to Lan's neck. Now the scientist is unaware of the password as he had sent the device as a gift to his daughter. It was the Lan that had previously activated that device, so the device asked for a password from her. Now only Lan can open this password. They ask her for the password. She replies, "What password?" These were the same words that were spoken by her for the first time. Device turns on instantly. Now the gangsters were on their way to deal with their dealer. When Li and Lin come in from outside, they starts fighting with them. Lan's younger brother rescues his sister and father. When the gangster thinks that all the people have been killed, he starts running carrying his briefcase. Lan and the scientist run after him. Lin was fighting with the gangster's bodyguard. He was too strong, so Lin was having some trouble defeating him. Then Li with him, starts defeating him. Finally, the time comes when they defeat the man. After this, the police raided the lab and arrested the rest of the miscreants. Lan, Li, the scientist and everyone else had success. Children are respected because of their boldness. That's where the movie ends. Like and subscribe for more videos as it helps the channel.